We begin this story at the moment when everything seems calm for Newcastle United, yet beneath the surface, a silent alert is growing, almost imperceptibly inside Eddie Howe's dressing room. Fans in the north of England may not have noticed it yet, but the season is unfolding differently than usual. Injuries, physical strain, and the need for alternatives are gaining ever more prominence. With each passing day, the squad's depth is being tested. In today's video, we'll explore not only the rumors of imminent signings but also what is truly happening behind the scenes of this ambitious team. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This way you won't miss any updates on the Magpies. Let's embark on this journey together. Since the start of the season, Newcastle has been tested in ways beyond the usual. Injuries to key players have shaken the rotation. The absence of important fullbacks left the manager with limited, sometimes repeated choices. The confidence that anyone who steps in can make a difference has been put to the test. In recent conversations, Howe emphasized that depth will be crucial this campaign, after the setbacks of the past. But here's the most intriguing element. Amid this scenario of adversity, a small hint from the manager is emerging, one that could change everything in the January transfer window. He wasn't explicit, yet the way his words were phrased leaves clues, and if you're a Magpie supporter, you'll want to stick around until the end to grasp the full magnitude. Howe suggested that, while he does not expect a major explosion in the January market, the club will remain attentive to small additions if value opportunities arise, targeted signings that can reinforce squad depth and allow genuine competition across multiple fronts. In his own words, the focus is on quality, not quantity. So what's the backdrop to all this? First, injuries to players such as fullbacks have been reducing Howe's options. Without full confidence in alternatives, he has relied heavily on the starters. For example, with Tino Livramento and Lewis Hall unavailable, the manager was left with Dan Burn and Kieran Trippier as primary choices, while Emil Kraft or Alex Murphy had yet to get a chance to shine. The risk was already apparent. Second, the first-team squad already features heavyweight names, giving a false sense of stability, but at decisive moments, the lack of genuine competition for positions becomes evident. Fans have been calling for real contests for spots like goalkeeper, and young options ready for big games, such as Fabian Schär or Linton. Depth, previously just mentioned, has now become an urgent necessity. Third, financial regulations come into play. The Premier League's profit and sustainability (PSR) rules force the club to think strategically, not only about signing now, but ensuring the future isn't compromised. Howe has been clear: if we're going to do anything, it has to be the right player. So, what does this mean for Newcastle supporters? It means the channel is keeping an eye not on wild speculation, but on subtle moves that many might overlook. If the club positions itself for 1 or 2 touches in January, reinforcing the bench, bringing in a quality alternative, this could be the difference between chasing or staying competitive on all fronts. And yes, if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect moment to ensure you don't miss a single update. Let's look at what might motivate this kind of strategy. On one hand, there's the desire to go far in competitions, including the Champions League, and for that, the starting 11 alone isn't enough. You need the squad, you need depth. On the other hand, financial balance and sustainability rules require any investment to be precise. This turns the January window into a dilemma: spend now or wait for the summer. Howe seems to prefer a middle ground. One of the most discussed points has been that the January market isn't ideal. High prices, fewer opportunities, less time to adapt, and Howe acknowledged this. It reinforces the idea that Newcastle won't attack massively but will wait for something that is worth it. For fans, this means patience with purpose. And what have the Magpies done from the ground up to prepare? Several players have already been integrated to play from the first moment, and the current squad has quality, but Howe clearly states that the squads from the past 2 years paid a price for lack of depth. He said, "It was a big sign for the squad that the 2 players went out there and played as they did." Referring to 2 recent signings, the message is clear: the club needs options that bring something different. So, what might happen in the coming weeks? We can expect market monitoring, identification of strategic targets, internal evaluation of existing candidates, potential arrival of a pinpoint reinforcement, all under Howe's "if the right one comes along" approach. What we probably won't see is a window of indiscriminate million-pound spending. And for you watching now, this is your invitation to follow the upcoming videos, because when that addition arrives, it could signal an important step toward the club's objectives. Finally, Newcastle is in transition, not radical, but thoughtful. For us as supporters, the moment calls for attention, patience, and expectation. If you enjoyed this type of analysis, subscribe to the channel so we can follow each step of this club we love together. The next reinforcement might be on the way, and staying well informed is part of the excitement.